Hey lore friends, I wanted to quickly thank everyone for their support on my other platforms, and Riot for spotlighting my journey this past year in the Formation Stories blog post. Videos are going to be much more frequent, so please consider subscribing and checking out my other socials if you haven't already. With that said, let's talk KAYO lore.
Kill all your opponents.
KAYO is a robot from an alternate future that is designed and purposed for killing Radiants. For those of you that are unfamiliar, Radiants are individuals with hypernatural abilities as a result of unique genetic makeup and interaction with Radianite. In KAYO's alternate future, Radiants have decided to band together and cleanse the world of humans. How far in the future? Centuries. This news headline from KAYO's intro video implies that the Radiant War occurs at least 200 years in the future. Here it refers to the Rise of Venice, which happens roughly around 2049, or the time of the Duelist cinematic. This raises quite a few questions. Firstly, how did the agents live long enough to fight in this war? KAYO's voice line suggests that he has fought alongside Brimstone and Sova.
Your second chance, Brimstone. I won't fail you again. Side by side again, Sova. Let's get lethal.
Here are some ideas. Consider the fact that Kingdom has only been using Radianite for roughly 10 years. We know that their Radianite usage booms after First Light, which occurred 10 or so years prior to the Duality cinematic. Radianite has already advanced society significantly. Imagine the medical advancements that could be made with another 10 or 20 years. Life expectancy could make that jump. 2. Some of the VALORANT protocol travel into the future for some other mission or threat, which would leave Sage in charge of the VALORANT protocol. With a Radiant running the protocol, we could see a rise of internal conflict following an impactful future event that creates tension between humans and Radiants. This brings us to the next point. Why would Radiants suddenly have such an intense change of heart? 11 months ago, I posted a Reddit thread where I predicted a Radiant war with Reyna at its helm. Why Reyna specifically? Take a listen to these.
Today is a gift to Radiance. We're finally free to use our power. Enough of your technology. The future is radiant. You could never hope to match a Radiante. I don't care how bright you are. You'll never be a Radiant. Oh, do your little machines need help? Take your time. We Radiantes will start without you.
Reyna is proud of her Radiance and has a deep-set hatred for technology due to her traumatizing past. Creative director David Nottingham has said that Reyna is relatively alone in feeling this way. This, paired with the intense visuals in the KAYO trailer, lead me to believe that Reyna is commanding the Radiant War effort. The question still stands, however, why did the other Radiants join her? Here are some possibilities. 1. Reyna simply convinces them. This would almost certainly have to take place following a traumatic event, which Reyna could use as leverage. This same hypothetical event could also be so impactful that Reyna doesn't have to do any convincing at all. 2. Some unknown force influences or controls them. VALORANT's universe already contains some serious sci-fi elements. It wouldn't be a stretch to anticipate some ancient cosmic force messing with the minds of those impacted by Radianite. Or 3, this alternate timeline avoids the Mirrorverse split, which would mean Radiants and humans never have the Mirrorverse conflict to pressure them to put aside their differences and band together. The problem with this, however, is that it avoids the need for the VALORANT protocol to form in the first place, and circumvents a lot of the history behind the agents. Back to KAYO. He has no lines that suggest that he was previously human. Typically, when writing a character that has had their mind uploaded into a machine, you include bits of introspection regarding their past and transition. That doesn't happen here with KAYO. However, he is capable of sarcasm and emotion.
Brimstone, I'd hug you, but it would kill you. I'm serious. No hugs. Activating kill mode. That's a joke. Kill mode is default. Deploy the killer robot to an urban population center. Great idea. Killjoy calls her tech killer robots. Good joke. Funny. No one kills my crew. Okay, humans. Now you can swim. Radiant target acquired. Hang on. It's Phoenix. Sorry, friend. Breach. After this, billiards. I like taking your money.
This leads me to believe that he is an advanced form of AI. Now, let's address these two player cards. In KAYO's contract player card, we see him walking away from an alternate future war zone with Brimstone in his arms. Some people have gone ahead and taken this as evidence that KAYO was Brimstone in some capacity. They also call upon the fact that KAYO was wearing Brimstone's dog tags, as well as a piece of his bloodied shirt. Some have even suggested that in Brimstone's contract card, he may be carrying the human that would eventually become KAYO. Both of these claims fall prey to the lack of emotionally charged voice lines that would usually accompany these ideas. That being said, it is entirely possible for voice lines that support these ideas to be added later. The Memento Mori card is also worth noting here, with the obvious time concepts at play and the dog tag connecting it all. We also see an hourglass spray in this Axe Battle Pass. Seems very intentional. At the beginning of KAYO's trailer, we get a sequence of Brimstone training KAYO and developing his radiant killing skills. This helps define the foundation of their connection, but I think we should stop and consider who this alternate future Brimstone is. Is he the same as our current timeline Brimstone? Alternate future Brimstone has had to fight a war against those he used to call teammates and friends. Surely it has changed him. I believe the purpose behind KAYO's card mimicking Brimstone's is to suggest similarities in their determination and dedication to their team and objectives. On the topic of Brimstone and KAYO's other similarities, it's possible that KAYO was built in Brimstone's image. In the alternate future, Brimstone could represent hope for humanity, making KAYO a sort of extension to his legacy. This idea also works well with the connection they make during KAYO's training. This could also play a role in KAYO's military vocabulary and outfitting. KAYO's lines also suggest that everyone dies in the future, which would explain his motive for going back into the past to prevent the war altogether.
I'll destroy every Reyna for what she did to you. Correction. Them. Your second chance, Brimstone. I won't fail you again. Another Reyna. I killed her in the war. I'll kill her again.
These KAYO voice lines suggest that he has technically won the war, but with the human casualties in mind, has decided to prevent it altogether. Let's now take a look at KAYO's memory chip Gunbuddy. It's self-explanatory. The chip contains KAYO's memories, which are without a doubt extremely valuable and equally dangerous. In the wrong hands, memories of the future war and KAYO's creation and training could change the outcome of the alternate future in favor of the Radiants. Reddit user BananaLekLurk12 discovered an Easter egg that furthers this story a bit. When you equip the memory chip Gunbuddy on KAYO's firearm classic skin, it opens up, but only when playing as Brimstone. This suggests that Brimstone is the only one authorized and trusted to have access to KAYO's memories. So how did he happen upon a time machine? And why is the exit point on an island in the middle of the Bermuda Triangle? Here's my theory. KAYO wears these wolf insignias. The connection? Thurston Wolf. We first learned of Thurston during a Reddit AMA with the narrative team, where David Nottingham spilled some beans on the mysterious owner of Wolf Mansion that looms over Breeze. Our good friend Zakky over at VALORANT Hub asked about Wolf Mansion, to which David responded, "Every map has a story to tell, and the story of Breeze is one that we want to reveal more of over time. Suffice to say that Thurston Wolf is an NPC character in the world of VALORANT, and played a key part in the backstory of Breeze and why the map itself has become of strategic importance to the VALORANT Protocol and the VALORANT Protocol 2. Here, David is using VALORANT Protocol 1 and VALORANT Protocol 2 as a means of differentiating between Earth 1's and Earth 2's VALORANT Protocol. Here's how I draw a line between Thurston Wolf and KAYO. Given the obvious connections with the insignias and the mural depicting something impacting Wolf Mansion and likely its owner, what if Thurston from KAYO's alternate future sent back directions on how to get KAYO to Earth 1 in an effort to avoid the alternate future? In this official concept art for Breeze, we can see an early interpretation of the ship and the teleporter/time machine. Notice how only a single person is working on it. It's not clear whether or not Thurston built or modified the device, or if Kingdom was planning to use it for something else. When Breeze first launched, I predicted that the teleporter would be the piece of the map to evolve to tease the next agent. I had noted the size of the teleporter and suggested that it was either a bulky prototype or purposed for something more than simple A to B transportation. With all of this in mind, take a look at this. When KAYO arrived, the screen below the time machine changed. It says portal breached, suggesting KAYO's use of it was unorthodox or unauthorized. Prior to this, the screens progressed through these 3 stages, implying that the device was activated from Breeze. I take this as further evidence that Thurston Wolf was sent instructions on how to bring KAYO back in time, and executed on them successfully. Now, how exactly does KAYO plan to stop his future from occurring? Both Earths have a KAYO, meaning each one believes that their Earth needs help in order to avoid the alternate future. This also means that the point in which the timeline splits may be in our near future. I would also like to address the suspicions that Killjoy is KAYO's creator. Originally, prior to his release, I thought the same. However, now that we have a better understanding of KAYO, I have stepped away from the idea. As mentioned before, connections like this warrant significant and/or emotional interactions between the 2 individuals. Currently, KAYO has only these 2 lines directed at Killjoy.
Is Killjoy here? I could use some repairs. Killjoy calls her tech killer robots. Good joke. Funny. I'll shut down Killjoy's tech.
These don't feel like the type of interaction one would have with your creator. With a Thurston Wolf connection in mind, I would sooner suggest that Thurston and or their associates had a hand in KAYO's creation. That being said, KAYO recognizes Killjoy as the genius that she is and relies on her knowledge for repairs. KAYO functions off of a radianite core located in his chest. Most of his abilities utilize it, but I want to focus on how his alt, Null Command, works. It overloads the core and sends out polarized radianite energy that suppresses radiant abilities and radianite tech. It's important to remember here that gameplay takes priority, meaning KAYO suppresses regular technology as well. Here are some small tidbits that were dropped on Instagram. This one in particular references this voice line.
Breach. After this, billiards. I like taking your money.
KAYO also makes a point to explain how dangerous Radiants are.
Humans allied with Radiants. What a strange world. It is strange, Sage. Where I'm from, you're no medic, only a weapon. I've seen what the enemy Skye becomes. Deal with her now. Trust me, I told you Radiants are dangerous. Sage, healer. What an understatement. Their Astra doesn't protect reality. She destroys worlds. I would know. Yoru, I must now classify you as a major threat. You understand? Time to kill some Radiants.
This falls in line with our suspicions regarding Sage, Astra, and Skye and their latent or unused abilities. We have speculated that they and other Radiants are capable of far more. I'm currently developing an idea that hopes to explain how they come to start employing these potentially unethical applications of their abilities. Look out for that video in the near future. KAYO's backstory is by far one of the most intricate, introducing time travel, alternate timelines, and artificial intelligence on top of our pre-existing Mirrorverse mess. I hope that some of the other agents get a similar treatment soon, particularly Breach and Raze. Thank you all so much for making it to the end of the video. Please share your theories and ideas down below, and consider joining the Valorant Lore and Art Discord server to get more involved with the community. Follow my Twitter page for lore news as it drops, and my Twitch channel if you would like to ask questions or participate in theory crafting. And of course, subscribe for more Valorant lore. I look forward to moving more of my content over to the YouTube platform in the near future. With all of that said, I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.